effort. Stopping the more immense, hiding away the exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there? Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. How unbecoming. So quick to flee.
Gotcha.
Cowering already?
I must leave no
Fine
stone
opportunity.
unturned.
Celestial Voyager! Try this.
Take it easy.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad.
Leave it all to me.
You've got it. Good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Drop!
You've got some skills.
Motion to compel.
Well done.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Well, this was fire. Dude just transformed.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you!
This is an Elderman boss. Oh no, not the eye. Chill.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Inadmissible evidence! Crumble apart! Starball!
Yep. Time to clean up. Gotcha. Leave it all to me. Busted. Here comes the cash.
You're a cut above.
Look! Childe's back to...
Well, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still... Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be... The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon...
Bruh. Are you deadass?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
That's messed up.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
What the hell?
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, did we make it in time?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So, just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion—
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of—
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Oh yeah. Evolution. Where are these dudes coming from?
Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
Wow. It's funny, when I had this game on my Xbox, I had Kei-Ching, and it felt...
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Let's move.
Steady as stone. Boom!
Cook this through.
Gotcha. Leave it all to me.
Miscalculated.
I'll catch up.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Trap of the flame. As a dutiful maid would. The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say you can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is deathful energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Cars. Wow, it's a Madame Pink shockwave. This green is really strong. Ha, da, ja. Ja. Ha. Ha, da, ja. Incinerate!
This isn't
fair. With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War. So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Run. I'm so fast.
Child, you are strong
This
in
is
body and
football.
spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Boom! Leave it all to me as a good night show. Motion to compel.
First in, just myself a little. Quietly now.
Wow, I'm so fast.
Take it easy. You're about to get set.
Rumble exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
As a dutiful maid would.
This is it. You will search for Saturn.
it! Look at me! Just
I guess.
busted. Has a good night shield. Motion to compel.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrade! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
I can do this bigger than it. Yes, sir. We see you, Kachin.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Shut the fuck up. We got it.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Let's go, Zhao. That's my boy.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Sheesh. That was fire. That animation. Oh. Just. That Jade Palace gone, though.
Is it...
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting?
I mean no offense.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and thanks for protecting Liyue.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, the country of contracts, although their blood is the time of contracts between...
Seeing the poor...
Your line of inquiries...
See...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is...
Looks like the conflict between humans and... Oh, right! Childe wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death? Doesn't get it. But is the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli
Doesn't the Northland Bank book last time we saw Zhongli? Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on? We had better go and make sure that.
Take it easy.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formality? Oh, it seems that...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right.
Well, if it isn't...
Paimon knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Besides, I thought we were nothing personal. We just... The real deceivers here are Senor, so act...
Stop wasting time, child. Though you remember the agreement, Morax.
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So, no, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the nose...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best, as you know. Even boulders that can withstand whirl until one drizzly day. I stood motionless among the crowds, asking.
Oh, Zhong...
But as I began to consider was Liyue, the city, so I feigned my own death. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had... That's right.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under...
Of course. And it, just as a child quickly...
In the end, take the Adepti, for instance. Credit is also due to Signora. This meant I could remain as Jean. All of these things turned out. I had expected them to... They seized the opportunity to...
Huh? That doesn't sound...
On the con...
Hey, what about me?
I think that thanks would... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue...
Huh? Just whose side are you on? Be that as it may.
Well then...
Fine. I'll meet...
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade.
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, my agreement with the cryo. As for the bargaining chip, uncover that answer for your...
Paimon can't...
One of the clauses of... One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of its contents.
You're so... Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show was fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
A chest full of valuables, and a trove of potential clues.
So oh, come on. There's only one real possibility. Fatui? Shh. Lower your...
You know that god...
Yes.
Say.
Now that you mention, I mean it all still, what sort of supernatural prowess?
Ah, forget it.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soar, gods and adepti, rumors and hears having been thwarted in his, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
So that something feels off. Could the cheesing already... Did you... Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Kuchi.
As said previous...
3,700...
We, the people of Liyue...
The long, unending...
Now that we have awoken, will you stand with us?
So concludes the word, does Her Eminence the Yuheng?
Huh? Is she...
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say...
So young. The Liyue Qixing always. Name your price.
Whoa...
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Are you dead ass? She just straight up said that. The only words she ever said in this game.
Take it easy.
But it seems... well...
Perhaps...
His name is Shito. Oh, that was nasty.
As for the more...
Take it easy.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! And here you are looking all relaxed!
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3... Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big...
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhong, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand...
Oh, no one? But since you weren't used...
Well, we were only in the city of commerce, the Archon Morak. I will treasure the memories that is true. I fear that continuing your journey... Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though, Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis,
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstance... But if a person shows... This is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how...
But starting from last year...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an...
They want to seize vision.
I should think that in the...
Whoa.
The Animo Archon is the god... The fact that even I, knowing her... She... 7 ideals... All right then. Well... That said... The reason I hinted as much to... How did I accomplish that, you... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then...
Navigating the world as a whole. Take it easy.
All in a day's work.
Oh wait, I might as well stop the stream. Alright. Peace out.